You are a sinner and must be punished. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with ManaMan. Today, we've got a juicer for you. We've got Judgment Day, and hopefully we'll be casting judgment upon our opponents with the Forsaken Faithbound Judge. Now, Faithbound Judge, at the beginning of your upkeep, you can put a judgment counter on it, and as long as it has 3 or more judgment counters on it, it can attack as though it didn't have the Defender. Now, the Defender also comes with the package of Flying and Vigilance. That is very good, and is an immediate threat for 3, and even if you get rid of the Faithbound Judge, later it's going to come out of the grave for Sinner's Judgment. This will allow you to enchant a player. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a judgment counter on Sinner's Judgment. Then if there are 3 or more judgment counters on it, enchanted player will just outright lose the game. Wow, how good is that? That is an outright win condition. This is a 2-in-1 package, and we are going to be running 4. Next, we have Hullbreaker Horror, because this is a format-defining card for control decks, and it's not going anywhere. Unfortunately, maybe it gets a nerf in Alchemy. I don't know. I mean, we're all ready for the Alchemy switch. We're all going to see like how it's going to go, but until anything happens, Hullbreaker Horror is an absolute must-of in control decks because, let's get real, it's the best exclamation point. It's the best mana top end curve thingy for control. It's a win condition all in and of itself. It can't be countered. It's got flash and allows you to do busted things, but every time you cast a spell, you're going to return the target spell you don't control to its owner's hand, or you can return a non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So this thing is a format defining card, and it's not going to go anywhere. So we're going to go ahead and run 3 because we just kind of have to, unless we want to handicap ourselves. Next, we got the Doomscar. I mean, this card just clears the board. We are a control deck, so we need to get rid of the board, and destroying all creatures is a pretty good way to do that. We are running Teferi, who slows the sunset. You're going to choose up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target creature, and up to 1 target land. Untap the ones you control, and tap the chosen ones you don't control, so gain 2 life. Most of the time, we're just going to be targeting the Celestus, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, for an extra mana. I mean, we get pretty much a mana rock for 3, and we do, if it's night, it becomes day, vice versa. You gain 1 life, then you can draw a card and discard a card. Pretty good. It is a legendary. I'm only running 2, so that can go ahead and help us ramp up into certain things, maybe another Hullbreaker Horror, just really anything. It can be a help. I am running 2. It's a legendary, so it does have some nice synergy with Teferi, so that's good. The -2, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them in your hand, the rest at the bottom in any order. That's pretty good, very solid. That does come up a lot. And the -7, the big ultimate, is you get an emblem with untap all permanents you control during each opponent's untap step, and you draw a card during each opponent's draw step, which is just busted. If you do get to that, it is going to be game over. But like I said, there's so many top, mostly later game things that you'll want to be casting, like Hullbreaker Horror and even the Sinner's Judgment. But if you can get to the -7 on this, that's going to be a win condition all of itself. We have tons of late game win conditions. Next, we've got the Sunset Revelry. This card is so good for 2. You're just going to gain 4 life if your opponent has more life than you. If your opponent has more creatures than you, you just create 2 1/1 human creature tokens, which usually just acts as chump blockers. And if your opponent has more cards, then you draw a card. This card is wonderful. I would run 12 if I could. Maybe not really. Maybe like 8. I don't know. Next, we got the Malevolent Hermit. This card is really good. It just creates a cheap board presence, and a lot of times Control doesn't have cheap board presence. They have, like, you know, instants and spells and whatnot, but a cheap creature that can actually swing in and come back for disturb is very good. So I love this card. I run it in a lot of mid-range and control decks. Next, we've got the Faithful Mending. Gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, and then discard 2 cards. This is pretty good because I opted to go along with the Malevolent Hermit as well as the Faithbound Judge, is because they have flashback and disturb. So when you're kind of drawing cards, discarding cards, you even got Celestus lets you discard a card, you're going to be having these things in the graveyard, and you're still going to be able to play them. So they're very good. Next, we got the Fading Hope, just a classic card that everyone pretty much hates. So it does go along with Divide by Zero, so plenty of bounce spells in here. So we got the standard sideboard. We are running Academic Probation, 2 Environmental Sciences, a Reduced to Memory, Teachings of the Archaics, and 2 Mascot Exhibitions. So this is our deck. We do have some, Hall of the Storm Giants nonsense. We've got some Amiria's Call, Seagate Restoration. These cards are really good too because you can play these lands for 3 and then activate a Sunset Revelry and then gain 4 life. So the paying on turn 2 can actually be a plus because you'll end up with 21 life. So that's a little hidden little Easter egg there, but other than that, yeah, I mean, I think we're ready to cast some judgment upon our opponents. So without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Nurgle 666. That's a little scary. You really are a sinner, and you must be punished. You are a sinner and must be punished. Evil shall be vanquished today with this Azorius control. It's a little dry on land, but we do have a sneaky white source here as well as a faithful mending. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll play you. I'm assuming this is going to be Izzet, so I'm not too concerned with the life total, and I am totally wrong, and we are not playing that. We are playing against some sort of aggro goblin deck. So let's go ahead and Fading Hope that. A little too fast there. And we need some land here, so I'm not interested in any of that right now. We do need a green source. Or green, wow. Green. We do need a white source here, so we're going to go ahead and pay that. Hopefully to get a little bit more land. Considering that we have one more, I think it's better to Doomscar here. You want Doomscar? Yeah, let's go ahead and Doomscar. Because we're playing aggro, we're definitely going to need a board wipe here soon. And we don't get any pressure off. That's very good for us. Wow, so things are actually looking pretty good here. We're going to go ahead and play an island. We'll have enough for a Fading Hope and a Faithful Mending. Wow, look at that. Looking good. Like I said, this would be really important considering that, we've got to get rid of Nurgle 666 for this deck. Battlecry Goblin. Let's go ahead. Okay, so they're going to give you what? Haste. Let's go ahead and do this. That's more damage, so we're preventing a little bit of damage here. Just kind of on the search for some land here, more so. Don't need you. They're going to recapture this, but they won't be able to use the haste ability anymore, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and do a Faithful Mending. We need some land sources here. And I'm going to get rid of 2 Tefiris because we don't... This is all 3 of them. We actually only need 1, probably, that would even be relevant here. Let's go ahead and get rid of 2 of those, yeah. A little cloggy. So let's go ahead and... What do we want to do here? The Divide by 0 can bounce something. The Fading Hope can bounce something. We can also choose to Doomscar. I think I want to wait a little bit and have them overcommit to something else. So let's go ahead and drop a Teferi. Dig for an answer here. Let's see here. Sunset Revelry. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I guess we'll go ahead and do that. We'll create chump blockers. That'll do a lot of things for us. I mean, we do have a Doomscar as well, so we're just kind of stacking up our resources right now. And they're just going to go right for the Frostbite. We will meet again, sinner. So, okay. We get a 1-1. Swing here. Pretty gnarly here. I think it is time for a Doomscar. Let's go ahead and do that. Faceless Haven will obviously be a threat, and that's going to be annoying. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and Fading Hope this, because we need to alleviate some damage here. We already have one of the horrors, so we don't need you. We're going to play another Haven, and that'll be it. Was kind of hoping they would play something else so we could maybe get 2 1-1s. But we don't. It's a little unfortunate. Let's just go straight for the Revelry. We'll get a card and 4 life, which is pretty good. Another island. Boy, that life was nice. So we got a Faithful Mending. We can't divide by 0 this land, so that is pretty not good. Fireblade Charger. That's not going to be threatening enough to want to divide by 0, but if they go ahead and do this, I don't think we're going to have much else of a choice. Do I want to divide by 0 this wimpy little Fireblade Charger? They're gonna replay it, so I don't think so. I don't think that does anything. Alrighty, so we're gonna take this 4. That's gonna be an ouchie. And they're gonna pass turn. Instead of playing this divide by 0, I'm wondering if I should just Faithful Mending here. Should I Faithful Mending? We'll get 2 cards. Discard 2 cards. It doesn't do a whole lot. We do get life. Life is great. I love life, especially versus aggro. I think I'm going to opt to Faithful Mending here because I want to save the divide by 0 for something a little scarier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do need to get to this Hullbreaker Horror. Let's get rid of one of these lands by default. Do we want to go for... I think we're just going to do this. Mostly just wanted that life gain. We do get a Revelry as well. That's going to be very nice here. Let's go ahead and drop this for... I guess we can go white here. Drop the Revelry. This will be tremendous value. We'll get to draw a card, gain 4 life, and get 2 blockers. And we get our 7th piece of mana for the Hullbreaker Horror. And we keep it divided by 0. Looking pretty good. Evil has been controlled. Aggro has been kept in check. Goblin Javelineer. Okay, haste and deal 1 damage to it, blocking it. Alright, not too bad. They're going to swing in with the Faceless Haven. We've got plenty of chump blockers for that. Not too worried. And do I... we're going to chump block the Haven no matter what. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I kind of like that. We'll take 1, but I don't really care that much. Frostbite? Frostbite? On my little weenie chump blocker? Really? Okay. Fair enough. Our turn. Do I want to use the divide by 0? Do I want to keep it? I guess I'll just keep it, right? I mean... Again, I just kind of want something a little bit more threatening to do that. And we have enough mana for Hullbreaker Horror. We'll go ahead and flash that in. And yeah, we'll go ahead and flash that in. I don't know if they'll be expecting a Hullbreaker Horror. This Faceless Haven that's been popping me in my head every single turn is about to get a Rude Awakening. So let's go ahead and drop the Hullbreaker Horror at flash speed. They're never suspecting this. Look at that. Ooh-wee, a 7/8 with flash. Let's go ahead and block you. Left with 4 toughness on the Hullbreaker Horror, so it's possible they can get rid of it. And they do with a Thundering Rebuke. Wow. Look at that. Fortunately, we do have a Faith-bound Judge. You are a sinner and must be punished. So let's go ahead and drop Faith-bound Judge. And you want to go with another Faith-bound Judge? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Alright. Judgment Day is on. Judgment Day is upon us. Evil must be vanquished. We cannot let evil win. A Thundering Rebuke on one of the judges. Goodbye. We will be back with Sinner's Judgment. Now, what are we looking at here? More? Ooh, okay. I don't think you really scare me that much. Let's go ahead and just block you. It'll deal 1. Of course. Okay, so maybe they'll have another Frostbite or something. And they do have a Royal Eruption to go ahead and... Okay, so now, both of our judges are gone. This is very interesting here. Do we want to just get our win condition out? I think we do. I just want to go straight for the win condition. So, Faithbound Judge becomes Sinner's Judgment. And we will enchant the sinner themselves. I will keep this, because that lets us draw cards, and I like cards. Those are pretty cool. Let's see if they can take our health down from 11 to 0 with top decks. And I'm not getting too comfortable here, because this is an aggro deck, and I know they can pop off a lot of damage very quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the benefit of the doubt. We can just survive another turn, maybe 2. That's all it will take for Sinner's Judgment to give us the victory. Uh-oh. Sinner's Judgment. This is one of the biggest sins in all of Magic. You don't ever want to time your opponents out. We're going to go ahead. We'll give them a little ZZs. Sometimes that makes them mad and they just end up roping even harder. And they just take their time even longer. Sometimes they go, oh shoot, I should probably at least do something. Oh, you are such a sinner. Timeout. I mean, I think they really needed that timeout. Something tells me they just really needed to decipher their decision tree here with that one card off the top of their deck. You are a sinner. That's it. Sinners get spanked. Sinners get all of the emojis. Sinners get a toast. Sinners get a premature good game. We are casting judgment and authority upon you, and it feels so good. What else we got in here? Let's hit him with all of it. Let's hit him with everything. Oops. Oopsie. We'll hit him with a hello. We'll hit him with a party. Let's go. We are casting judgment upon evildoers, and it is wonderful. We'll even cry for you. We'll even cry for you. Hate the sin and not the sinner. Something like that. We'll cry. We're confused as to what you're doing. So we'll go ahead and do that. I think we hit everything really, right? Maybe even a nice. So yeah. So we're going to go ahead and take this game. It is abundantly clear that we have won. I'm just going to enjoy this because, look. In the end of the day, we take a boring win because we don't like to sit here and wait for our opponent to do nothing. But at the end of the day, can we really be mad because we have won? Sinners have been punished. Jordan, you've been a naughty boy this Christmas. You've been a sinner, and we must take care of you. It's nothing personal, but look, you've been a bad boy. We're here to cast judgment upon you. So go ahead and get the snow cover line with the eye twitch. Oh, the classic eye twitch turn 1. Can't be mad at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have enough to really utilize this revelry. So let's go ahead and just drop a hermit. Let's drop a hermit. Let's go ahead and threaten that Lulth, that, you know, whatever they want to play. We can go ahead and keep 1 blue, be able to sacrifice the hermit and counter something for 3. Temple of the Dragon Queen. Are they running some dragon nonsense? What is this? Dragon nonsense. Let's go ahead and just get the judge out right away. Ain't messing around. It's Judgment Day. Do we want to go ahead with the Malevolent Hermit? Trade with the Ghast? Let's just do it. Whatever. We need to strike down. I mean, they can't use the -1/-1, and they're going to get the treasure at some point anyway. I'm fine with it. In another turn, we'll be able to keep that, maybe that tempo going. We'll see. So they go ahead and drop red. I wonder what we're looking at here. We're looking at like, oh, we're looking at Grixis. They chose blue with the Temple of the Dragon Queen. And I sure don't know the Scouts. Interesting. Interesting. What we got here? Oh, we got a, oh, they're even running counter spells. Ooh, we got a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of stuff going on. Let's see what I want to do here. Exile the top 4 cards. Do I want to just play a Hermit and get ready to maybe counter something? Do I want to play a Fading Hope? Bounce you. Let's go ahead and bounce you and then use a Revelry. That is a mana source, so I do like that. This will be some nice value with the draw card, gain 4. Play you, but tapped. And pass turn. They don't own any creatures, so this will slow them down a little bit. Got a funky deck here. Let's see what you're looking at here. Another red source with the... I wonder if they're actually running actual dragons, or are they just trying to, like... They've got to be, right? Nothing. That wouldn't even make sense. So we're up to 2 counters on the Faithbound Judge. That is very nice. I kind of want to go with a Hermit here. Just present that counter threat. That's what we're looking for here. And let's go ahead and foretell the Doomscar. Make sure we've got at least one blue source in the pocket here. And now we can counter something with Hermit if they drop anything too crazy here. As long as we leave that one untapped, they can't really cast Blood on the Snow or anything crazy. They can cast that. They can definitely cast that. So, do I let this go or do we kill it? I think we let this go. Take this, because I want the 3 counters here to be able to swing in, and then we have another Judge on top. So I think that's kind of the play here. This Judge will take care of this Goldspan Dragon, and then we've got a Vigilant Swinger here. So let's go ahead and do that. They will chump block. Alrighty. They'll be able to learn something. You never like to see that. Oh, and a Necrotic Fumes to get rid of one of my judges. Okay. Theoretically, we want to save the Hermit for the Alrund's Epiphany to counter that. But they do need to get rid of a creature they control, so I'm assuming they've got another Eye Twitch or some sort. Really, a swing out. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and take the counterless Judge and trade ya. Goldspan for a Judge. That's a pretty good deal in my opinion. Goldspan gets coal for Christmas for being a naughty boy. Judgment casts Judgment. Whoa! Look at that! Prince of the Undead, and they're gonna swipe our board. Holy wow! Holy Moses there! What to do now? I don't want this thing swinging in. Do I use the Doomscar now? Maybe wait for another Goldspan Dragon? If we get another land, we'll be able to cast Breaker Horror. If we do, we'll have enough, so I think this is just better for tempo reasons. Let's go ahead and do that. It feels a little bad because if they drop another another Orcus, Prince of Undeath, or anything really, or a Goldspan, we're looking kind of rough here. Okay, so they do go with a Lolth, Spider Queen.
You reek with I will get what I want.
You will not get what you want, Lolth. You've been bad. You are a black mana planeswalker, and you must be punished. Gosh dang it. So now it becomes, do we want to do the Hullbreaker Horror, or do we want to just cast our win condition with this? The question, I am a little afraid. I saw that they were running Tests of Talents, so, and they do have 2 right here. That's only an instant or a sorcery. This is an enchantment. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it right now. Sinner's Judgment. Hopefully they're not running Divide by Zero, because a Divide by Zero can just get rid of this, and that would just be a huge waste of mana. So they're going to go ahead and draw 1 life. Draw for 1 life. Life does become pretty irrelevant in this matchup. It just becomes, can they take away my life before the Sinner's Judgment strikes them down? So we're going to go and take 4 there. And no other play. That's weird. That's a little strange here. Alrighty, so this is looking pretty good. We didn't take too much damage here. Okay, that's pretty good. I think we will just pass turn. I don't see the need to do anything else. We have a Hullbreaker Horror that we can just flash in whenever we want. The Sinner's Judgment is ticking on our opponents. Lolth will get to draw another card. The drawing an extra card every extra turn is pretty brutal. Can't lie about that. That is absolutely brutal. Do I want to flash in the Hullbreaker Horror now? I mean, it could... I don't want to, because then they'll be able to Necrotic Fumes this. And 4 damage isn't the end of the world here. So let's go ahead and take that. Eye Twitch. Alrighty. Yeah, 'cause if we flash in the Hullbreaker Horror, we're saving a little bit of damage. But oh, what the heck is this? What in the good lord? They're gonna Meathook Massacre for 1. Oh, this is actually pretty crafty. This is actually pretty crafty. So they're going to go ahead and deal some damage here and get a ton of counters on Lulf. Wow. Wow. Alrighty. Alrighty.
My power again.
Lose one, lose one, lose one, and learn a spell. Wow. That was an unexpected power move, and they get their Containment Breach. Do they have enough for green? I don't see any treasure. I don't see any treasure, and I don't think you're going to be able to play that Containment Breach, because I have a Hullbreaker Horror. There goes number 2. Number 2. Look at that. Just one more turn, and the Sinner's Judgment will be complete. So now we are sitting here with this Hullbreaker Horror. I don't care about your life total. I care about getting rid of this Containment Breach that I don't want you to cast. So I'm going to go ahead and swing with you. Get rid of that.
The light is insufferable.
The insufferable. Sorry, Lulf. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Now what do we do here? I think we just sit back on a Faithful Mending, and we can play a Faithful Mending twice to bounce any spell they have back on the stack. So even if they manage to get rid of the Sinner's Judgment, we'll be able to bounce it 2 times with the Hullbreaker Horror. I didn't want them drawing an extra card with Lulf, because extra cards means extra resources, extra ways to get rid of our Sinner's Judgment. And if there's any justice in this world, the sinners will be punished. Let's go. So I don't see any treasure tokens, so I don't see how they're going to make green mana with this Containment Breach. I think the only thing else they could run would be a Divide by 0 to get rid of this. Otherwise, I think they know that they're toast. And look at all these, like, just spirit daggers. Look at those. Those are pretty wild. Very beautiful art on a very gorgeous card. Absolutely love it here. The entire lore of it and everything, just great. And especially because we're winning with it, just wonderful. I think there's a pattern here with these control decks when your opponent knows they can't win and they just start timing you out. I mean, it seems like every match as we get into the late game and we know that we're going to win, all of our opponents just start timing out. It's kind of unfortunate from like a content viewing standpoint that, you know, they do this, because it's kind of like like a minute or two of just dead time, no actual content's being produced, which is very unfortunate. But you know, we're here to produce wins. We're here to show how the deck works. So we're doing that. We're doing that. The Sinner's Judgment's gonna, as far as I can tell from this rope, we know that the Sinner's Judgment is going on. And honestly, this can be a takeaway from this video, because so many of our opponents are just timing out, that they are sinners. They are magic sinners, and they must be punished. I know I'm saying that a lot, but it's just true. Look at this. You're going to use all your timeouts. You know you've lost. There's some sort of just poetic justice to this. To being naughty. It's around Christmas time. I know we got even Hanukkah, we got Kwanzaa, we got all the holidays. You've been a bad boy, Jorn, and you're being punished with this ranked loss. If this was just this is just unranked in play, it wouldn't be as grueling, well, for them. But, and that is going to be it. The Sinner's Judgment will put you away behind bars. Hachi, prepare to meet your maker. Pretty good hand here. I guess it could be better, because we can't actually play a Fading Hope turn 1. I'm going to just keep it, though. No need to get too cute here. What are we going against here? Maybe an Angel deck? I don't know. Who knows? Half the time it's just a random card anyway. So, an Island here. We'll just play this for funsies. Can't play anything turn 1 anyway. Let's go ahead and do that. Turn 2 will be a little closer call. See if we get a Faithful Mending or a Hope. See, oh boy. So we're playing against what I would consider to be, is it? And that's not going to be too good for us. Hopefully we can get maybe this Judge going. Revelry doesn't help us too much here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on the draw, so we have an extra card. So none of this really helps. We'll go ahead and wait and just cast the Faithful Mending. Field of Ruin. The key to winning this matchup will be drawing into our Hullbreaker Horror. Straight up. I mean, just straight up. Faithful Mending here. I'm probably going to get rid of these hopes, these Fading Hopes, because the only creatures they tend to run are the egg, but the egg hasn't come out yet, so I'm not too worried about that. And then Goldspan Dragon, and Fading Hope is ridiculously weak against Goldspan Dragon. So let's go ahead and just not do that. I'll play the Plains. Do I want to go with this or the Judge? I think I just kind of want to cast the Judge. I mean, I'm sure it'll get bounced or something. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's go with this. If they have the Divide by 0, that's fine, or a Counterspell. I mean, anything really. The key to winning versus Izzet, honestly, this is one of the worst matchups because Izzet's the best control deck, and we are also a control deck, but a little slower. We have a more positive matchups versus aggro, but versus Izzet control, they are the true control deck. So maybe we're the sinners for running a worse, inferior version of a control deck versus Izzet. We need to snag... Oh, okay, what's this? Oh, just grab an island here. No big deal. Definitely are going to need to snag a Hullbreaker Horror. That will allow us to take control of this game. So, we're sitting okay here. We just gotta make a board presence of some sort. As we know, Izzet is very scary. But we cannot be scared. We need to vanquish evildoers today. I'm sure they will probably just pass turn. No, they're going to go ahead and play Unexpected Windfall at sorcery speed. Ramp with 2 treasure tokens, so we're not looking great here. Let's see what we want to do here. I kind of want to cast the Teferi. I don't care about my life total at all. Let's go ahead and pay the 3 life. Just in case a Jawari Ruins was here, and they could counter it by not being able to pay 1. Jawari Ruins would really suck here. So let's go ahead and cast Teferi. We'll be able to... yeah, do some Celestus fun, untap something. This will be a pretty solid move. As the most solid we can get here. Alrighty.
Has been through enough.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and add one of any color. Or do we want to just get... do we just want to just dig for a Hullbreaker Horror? That's kind of the question here. I mean, I know we're going to need that long term. We'll go ahead and just try it. Untap. Do some nonsense here. Untap this. No creatures.
Power on.
And you. So a Faithbound Judge. Might be able to bounce it or something, but again, I mean, we'll be able to wall the birdies from the Alrund's Epiphany until Alchemy changes all of that. Go ahead and let me know how you feel about Alchemy and all their changes. Oh, so we do get the... okay, so there's the Jawari Disruption. That would have been pretty awful if Teferi would have gotten countered, so it's a good thing we paid the 3 life on the Emiria. Very good there. They do get rid of their 2 treasure tokens, so that's kind of good. Slows them down. Alrund's Epiphany now becomes a little more... what, 2 turns away instead of this turn? So that's pretty good. Expressive Iteration, so they're going to go ahead and dig deep a little bit here. The crazy thing about Teferi is that I don't even know if the -7 would even help versus all the extra turn spam. And you drop. I don't even think it would. So there is our Hullbreaker Horror. This is great. This is definitely pretty good. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to get 1 more land card. And even if we get to this -7, I just don't think it's even going to be enough. That's the crazy thing about it. I kind of want to keep this for what would be... oh, let's see here. Just want to draw a single card. We do need to just establish a land. It's the most important thing to establish land right now. This is the most relevant it'll be. So let's go ahead and cast this to just draw a card. It's kind of crappy. And we do get a plains. Okay, we do get our board. That is very nice. What do we want to do here? Let's go ahead and do this. Become knight, not very relevant, but we'll gain 1 life, draw a card. Yes, we'll absolutely draw a card. And we get another Hullbreaker Horror. That's pretty exciting. Let's discard a card. Can they actually get rid of the Hullbreaker Horror permanently? Like, do I really need to? Becomes the question here. Like, do I really need 2 of them? How can they get rid of a Hullbreaker Horror? Divide by 0 provides a lot of value here. I guess we'll just go with the... This is ballsy. Let's get rid of the horror. I don't think we need 2 in this matchup. I really just don't. Let's go ahead and do the -2. I just want land. Just establish the land here. Ooh, and that's a lot of land, isn't it? Let's go ahead and get that. That seems fun. Again, I'm not worried about my life total. This game, obviously, control versus control. It's never about your life total. I don't care if I'll have to shock this in as the Seagate Reborn side. I just don't care. And they have what? That leaves them with 5, so they're going to go and burn down the house. Pretty good move there, because now they have haste, and they don't have to... Now they have a board presence as well, so that's actually pretty darn good. Deserted Beach, and we do have enough for Hullbreaker Horror now. This is our end goal here. If I wasn't afraid of this card, Divide by 0, I would just cast the Sinner's Judgment right now. Unfortunately, Divide by 0 just wrecks us, so that's a complete waste of mana. So I will not be doing that. Pass turn, and the Hullbreaker Horror will be coming out to save the day. I don't really care about this 3 damage that much. Again, not really about our life total right now. We'll take that all day. Not even worried about it. Alright, let's go ahead and try this. Can't be countered. It can be bounced, but it cannot be countered. This is it, baby. What you got? I mean, you can divide by 0 it. But how many divide by 0s do they really have? Only thing that really threatens it. So they are going to divide by 0. And they do get the Archaics. Okay. What do we want to do here? Let's drop this for blue. How many? I'm sure they're running 4. We could drop this and a Fading Hope. That'd be some dynamite. No, can't do that. So this is going to give us an opportunity to drop the Hullbreaker Horror on top of a Fading Hope. So that is pretty darn awesome. Let's go ahead and end the turn. We'll have the opportunity to flash in a Hullbreaker Horror, and because this Fading Hope is a 1-drop, we have enough mana, 8, for this to go off and to put whatever creature spell they have, or any spell they have, on the stack. We'll be able to put it back into their hand. So we'll take this 3 again. I do not care. It'll be a long time. Ages in a control match before that's irrelevant. And unless they have another Divide by 0, this is going to hurt really bad. Unless they have another one. Come on, no Divide by 0. And they have another one. You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be joking me. So there's 2. They can't have all of them. So they can't keep playing them all. I think I'm just going to cast it now. Why not? Now we can take control. I'm going to just cast this at sorcery speed on our turn. And now I can play a Fading Hope if I don't like what you play. So let's see what you got. If you have a 3rd one, I might just die. I might just die. Oh! Oh! How? How is this possible? That's the only card that can beat us. And they have 3. 1, 2, 3 in a row. How? Oh, you are the worst. Oh, that is grueling. This is starting to become... Oh wow. Alrighty, alrighty. Stay calm. Stay calm. It's not over yet. Even though that is just absurd. 3 in a row. It's the only card that can absolutely save them. Otherwise, the game's over. And they have 3 of them. Alright, that's it. The Shuffler. The Shuffler is the true culprit here. It's rigged. Calling it. Alright, what you got here? Boom, 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 boom. So now the life does become a factor. Again, because they have 3 divide by zeros. You can't make this up. The game is over. The game is over without a divide by zero. And they have 3 of them. 3 of them. You just can't make things up. So this is going to go bye-bye. It's kind of sad, but it's not worth saving. So goodbye. Goodbye. I just can't believe that. We have our own divide by zero. It does not matter. It's not going to be relevant. We got to just keep doing what we're doing here. Hullbreaker Horror. Yep, let's go Hullbreaker Horror here. At sorcery speed, I don't really care. Don't even give them the opportunity to get their 4th divide by zero. I would literally, I mean, okay, so now we're good. Now we're good. So that's nice. We'll cast this. We just want this tapped. Not paying the life. We already have enough for a Fading Hope. Alright. I mean, just, wow. Just, wow. What you got now? A Fading... So they have their own Fading Hope. So they're going to... Okay, so I have to get rid of this, right? I can return its... Oh my god, no way. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. So we can Fading Hope something to just slow them down, I suppose. And then we'll be able to return that to the hand, but they also have a blue. So they'll just be able to play it again. Alright. Let's do this. Return target, non-land permanent, and just target one of these spells, one of these tokens. Then I'll go back to the hand. I can't believe this. That's going to be a game. I can't believe this. 3 divide by zeros, folks. What can you do? Absolutely soul crushing. Evil wins today. SDFO 372. That looks like a burner. You just kind of like just smash the keyboard and just whatever comes out. You go, yeah, SDYHGHK1234893 at gmail.com, and then that's your burner email. Don't want to be too mean, you know. Maybe it has some sort of deep meaning. I don't know. Let's go ahead and just drop this so we can actually play a Fading Hope turn 1. I don't know what we're going up against. Vampires are often sinners. And I don't know, Necro. So what? A Golgari maybe? Who knows? Let's go ahead and drop this. We have enough for a Faithful Mending or a Fading Hope. Not too bad. Quite early in the game to decipher what the heck's gonna happen here. Another Snarl. I respect people who run the Snarl. Ooh, a Mulch. We got some graveyard fun here? Alright. Let's go ahead and Faithful Mend here. What we want to get rid of. I'm not seeing too many creatures, so maybe... Definitely keeping the land. Good lord. Hermit? Are they... Maybe... should I save the Hermit for like a big animation spell or something? Reanimation spell? Alright, let's get rid of one divide... 1 Hermit. We can always bring back the Hermit, I guess. We can always just divide by 0 the reanimation spell. We can Fading Hope the thing they animate, rather. So, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Let's go for Deserted Beach. And I'm just going to play the Faithbound Judge. Judgment Day will come early. Early and often for the Judge, maybe? We do have to wait until we can start swinging with this powerhouse. A Fell Stinger. Are they going to exploit or just keep it? I wonder. Okay, so they're going to draw 2 cards. So that actually puts them 1 over the limit. So they'll have to discard 1 card. But do they want to, is the question. I think they might want to. There it is. There's the animation stuff. Okay, whoo-wee. That's got me a little nervous here. But we can always just bounce stuff, so not too scary. Drop to Fury.
Someone call for a hero?
We need a hero. We did. We called for a hero. We've got one now. Teferi is here to save the day. I'm not tapping anything other than 1 blue source so that we can get this Fading Hope online. And be on our merry way. We do not want that to go through. If they reanimate this, we can just pop it. They can pay 10 life and then untap everything, so that's pretty cool. Oh, what are they going to take here? Teferi or Judge? They're going to take Judge? Why? The fun was just getting started. Alrighty, alrighty. No big deal. Let's drop the planes here. The plan for the planes. We are 1 short to cast our Judgment. They can always Binding of the Old Gods, the Sinner's Judgment, so that's a little scary. Let's go for the Benevolent Hermit that will come out of the graveyard here. Tap some stuff, no artifact, no creature. And you? That gives us the opportunity to divide by 0. I'm content with that. Yeah, go ahead and take your forest. This is really interesting, though. Bellatrix Willowbroom made a decent Brawl commander, but I've never really seen it too much in Standard, so that's pretty cool. My turn? Alright, nothing to bounce, so go ahead and do that real quick. Let's go ahead and just swing in. Pretty simple, pretty simple. Let's go ahead and just... no, not yet, not yet. Oof, that was close. Let's go ahead, no artifact. Yeah, sure, why not? For funsies. We got some crazy hasting thing. And now let's go for Faithbound Judge, enchant you. If they want to do something crazy, I mean, they can obviously, they have tons of ways to remove the Sinner's Judgment from green, I'm assuming. But they'll still have to waste resources to do it. Whoa, whoa. So Tovolar's Huntmaster. That's interesting. Now, we can actually cast Teferi, the ultimate, and I think we're going to. So, untap all permanents you control during each opponent's untap step, and you can draw a card during each opponent's draw step. Hope I read that right. So, let's go ahead and activate this.
Really should have seen that battle over.
Woo! That feels good. That feels good, Teferi. Let's go ahead and drop Hall of the Storm Giants. So, we'll untap all permanents we control. So, might as well just swing in here. It'll be untapped. Not entirely sure if it'll matter a whole lot. Now what do we want to do here? Do we want to divide you? Sure, let's just divide you. Grab this for more card fun. I do love cards. Oh, they know, and that's gonna be it. Way too powerful. Sabitua. Something along those lines. Go ahead and keep this. We go first. You always like to see that. We'll go ahead and take a Hull of the Storm Giants by Storm. And we'll go ahead and do that. And maybe we should have casted the Amiria's Call. Got a little jumpy there. I guess just because we're going first, we're just assuming we're going to go ahead and be able to establish control. And everything is going to be handy, dandy, merry, and jolly. Oh my god. This is probably like the 4th time I've said it in one of my videos, but these bat things, oh my gosh, the bat pet is the worst. It's so loud, and then the radius it flies, like, just really messes with my eye. Just pretty awful, not gonna lie. So, our opponent's taking their merry time. It's been quite the consistent content today with the opponents that just like to time out for no reason, and here we go. So they're going to go with the Cave of the Frost Dragon and a Luminarch. Or Lunarch, sorry. So, let's go ahead. I guess you can go white here. Doesn't make a whole lot of a difference. I'm going to go ahead and just do Doomscar. I'm assuming they're just playing white weenies, so we'll be able to cast a Doomscar on their head. if they go nice and wide to clear everyone out. They're going to gain 1 life when they increase. Okay, so what you got here? Oh my gosh, are you... Hey, remember when I was saying earlier about the sins of Magic? This is number 1. Just taking an absurdly long time. Okay, so, okay, we're back. Can't get too... Okay. They're going to go extra wide here, so I can't get too mad here. We're going to be able to not cast a Doomscar yet. Maybe I'm getting a little too cocky. We'd like push them a little bit longer, and now we've got a divide by 0. Yeah, I think that's fine. I wonder if they're going to cast any like enchantments or anything, but we can just divide by 0 anything on the stack and maybe Doomscar the next turn. I think that's fine. I don't really care about the damage here. So you're going to actually train. It's not great. Maybe I'll end up biting my lip a little bit later, but oh. I actually don't want to divide by 0 anymore. So they're actually played that really smart. I don't want to divide by 0 because that would just give them the same resources we just took away. So let's go ahead and do that. We get rid of a mana source. We get rid of a few different things here. Hamlet Vanguard. Okay, so it's got Ward and enters the battlefield, but they don't do... So no counters for you, but it does have Ward. It does have Ward. That is relevant. Let's go with... the Hermit, the cranky old man. Drop the island. And now we have more divide by 0 fun. Don't think they... I mean, you can swing here. Don't... The big thing with Hamlet Vanguard is entering the battlefield. You really want to establish that. So right now it's just a 1-1. So you're not too concerned here. No. We'll just give that a big nope. And what do we want to do here? Teachings of the Archaics is a little risky. No, we can't do that, because they'll have more cards than us. So let's just go for Sciences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we need at least one more. We need at least one more land to establish Hullbreaker Horror. Let's just go ahead and do that. Assuming they'll take the flyer back. Alrighty. That's fine and dandy with me. We get that's a Fury here. Okay. Almost half tempted just to keep this for the Amelia's Call part. Not sure I will. Let's tap. No artifacts, unfortunately. Type the land here. There we go.
And some think time only flows in.
And let's do Environmental Sciences. Let's grab... I don't think it matters too much. I think we're pretty fixed here. We'll grab an island here. For, I guess, the Hermit, if that were to ever come up. I'm going to drop the Hermit here. Maybe they have some sort of crazy spell. I don't know. We'll just keep it for the Hermit. They have Brutal Cathar. I don't know what they want to do. I guess it's just something we can keep in our pocket here. So we're going to go with Brutal Cathar. I'm assuming they'll take the Hermit. Alrighty. And then are they going to swing at Teferi? Looking like it. I see them highlighting Teferi. Or do you want to go for my head? They do. Okay, so they'll go for Teferi.
Is that what they're calling an attack these days?
I guess so, Teferi. They're calling that an attack. That's nothing. That's nothing, Teferi. I can't believe they even thought about calling that an attack. Let's go to -2 here. A board wipe would actually pretty much seal the game. So we get an Amelia's Call, Sunset Revelry. We can just play Hullbreaker Horror on the following turn at their end step. So, I guess we'll just take this, right? This is just a big bomb. I guess bombs are good. Bombs away, I suppose. So this will go night. It is a little annoying, but I don't really care. It just gains 3 extra attack, first strike, and then Ward being paying 3 life. I will be able to just block it if it swings in. I'm not too afraid of... I mean, if they have an instant spell, they're just going to have it anyway. So, that'll go through. Let's go ahead and cast the Hullbreaker Horror. Even if they find a way to, you know, get rid of it, We still have plenty to work with in our hand here. So this is gonna look pretty good. We'll get rid of the Teferi. I don't really care. Time will tell, and time is on our side. Oh, there we go. There's a Hamlet Vanguard. Oh, wow. Double Hamlet Vanguard. That is actually pretty wild. Holy moly. Holy moly. Oh my lordy. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. I kind of just want to cast... And then we get Indestructible. I mean, these are not angels, so they'll have the Indestructible. So, I think we should just... Bouncing these aren't great. Non-token human you control. Do we just want to divide by 0? Just give it summoning sickness? Let's go ahead and do that. Well, no. We won't be able to ward anything this way. Let's just go ahead and do this. Let's just go ahead and create these. Return target. We'll just be annoying. We can cast something. They have wards, so we can't target them themselves. So, how about you? Yeah, you're annoying. Oh, that's going to be it. The Hamlet Vanguards are going to come up short versus... So we're back at the hideout for the post-game recap, and all I can say is, can you believe those 3 divide by 0s in that Izzet matchup? I had to just readdress it one more time. Still, mind is blown. That is easily like the probably just most unlucky thing that's ever happened. I mean, they had like 46 cards in their deck, and they needed... Divide by 0 is the only card in the game, let alone their deck, that they needed, and they got 3. Otherwise, that game would have been ours, so I'm very disappointed. So, constructively speaking, this deck has an awful matchup versus Izzet. Izzet just is a little bit faster and can establish control better than us, and they can take extra turns, which unfortunately we can't do. But, on the positive side, versus aggro decks, I think we have a better matchup than Izzet control. So, if you want to alleviate some pressure versus aggro, I think Azorius can actually... just kind of mop up aggro, honestly, to be honest with you, because we got Sunset Revelry, which gives us chump blockers and the life gains. The Doomscar can be a turn 3 board wipe, so this deck absolutely just mauls aggro. If you're tired of getting just aggroed to death with mono white and mono green, and the aggros are just really annoying you, this is the deck for you. You can punish those aggressive sinners, and you can squash them at just the root of their deck, because they won't be able to really get off any aggression. Unfortunately, if you don't want to go against Izzet, and I don't think any of us do, this, we're going to come up a little bit short. If you do, just go ahead and drop the Hullbreaker Horror and establish control from there and bounce all their spells on the stack. But other than that, overall, I really enjoyed this deck. I know, it's kind of wishy-washy. Obviously, the deck did very well for us. I think we went like 6-2 with it. So... overall, yeah, the Faithbound Judge is great. The fact that it can trade just one blow for blow with a Goldspan Dragon is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Over time, this deck is just going to be too much for any deck that's not running any late sort of, bombs. But you've already seen that. I don't need to rehash what the deck does. It's a wonderful deck. I hope you take it and tinker with it. Maybe change a few things around. Maybe you don't like the Hermit. Maybe you don't like some things. Change it around. You're more than welcome to. I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you enjoyed punishing the sinners with us. Go ahead and leave a like. I hear the button looks just like this. It really helps out the channel tremendously. Go ahead and subscribe, comment, tell me how ugly I am, whatever you got to do. But until that time comes, that's about all I got. So, yeah, ManaMan out.